Hi, it's Matt Moran with IT Career Toolkit TV, the IT Career Toolkit podcast. And you'll notice a change in the title as well as a change in the intro plate, and we'll explain that on another blog entry. But we have some exciting things going on. I just had a conversation this morning with Mary Beth, my editor, for the IT Career Builders Toolkit, and we'll explain where that conversation is going once again in another blog entry. Today I want to talk to you about your cover letter, and this came up because a friend of mine is in a job search and had me looking at his cover letter yesterday, and I wrote extensively about the cover letter in the IT Career Builders Toolkit as well as a resume. And one of the things I want you to understand, and this was confirmed really when I read Rework, the book by Jason Fried and the founders of 37 Signals, great book by the way, is your cover letter is the most important, or much more important document certainly than your resume. And there are people that will disagree with this, and I fully understand. I'm offering an opinion, but your resume is more important because it gives you a chance to showcase a little bit more about who you are. The resume is really a recipe or a list of things you can do, whereas the cover letter allows you to brag a little and have a little more personal conversation with the prospective employer, and I think that's important. In Rework, they say, look for people who write a great cover letter. They think right, and it gives you an indication of how they think, which is much more critical than a whole series of skills or 3 years experience in X, because 3 years experience in X is not as critical as the value that you brought to your employer, whether you had 6 months or 3 years experience in a given technology. So that's the first thing. Cover letter is critical because it portrays how you think and a personal element. So I'm going to give you kind of a format or a formula for how I think a cover letter is effective and can be put together, and it really has three primary sections. And the first section is an introduction. You're looking for this kind of position, this is who you are. You've attached your resume. So, dear so-and-so, prospective employer, I've attached my resume and I'm looking for this position, or I've applied for this position, I'm responding to this particular ad, or I'm just looking for open opportunities in these given areas. I'm extremely interested in your company and interested in the opportunities that you're presenting. Something very, very simple like that. Then you want to highlight some key skills, some key things that you do, what you think you do well. And so I've had as you see on my resume, I've had the opportunity to work on X and Y technology, but I'm particularly proud of this accomplishment, or these two accomplishments. While working with ABC Company, I was part of a team that did X, Y, and Z. This gave me a chance to use this technology, that technology, and these were the results. And I'm very proud of that. And you can list one or two of those. I think gives you a chance to, once again, brag on yourself a little bit. Then you go to the last section, which is really what happens next. It's ask them for timing. I'm unsure when you're looking at making a decision, but I would love to speak with you about this. I would like to follow up with you in a few days to see if you receive this. Please let me know if there's a convenient time for that. Otherwise, I'll try and contact you if you have that information. And then assume that there's going to be an upcoming conversation. I look forward to this conversation. I look forward to our upcoming conversation and a chance to discuss this further. Thank you so much for taking the time to review my materials. And I think that's important as well. Show that you have not any degree of arrogance, but a level of confidence that what you've showcased them is worthy of their attention, and that you expect to have a conversation with them. I think that's a fair thing to do. Now, some things you don't want to do. Don't use language that is not like the way you would speak, meaning make it conversational. Don't use things like, this gave me a chance to utilize my talents in these areas. I don't think we use those terms. You might, by the way, but don't sound like a technical robot. This was a chance where we optimized performance across the integrative process. It really doesn't speak well, or doesn't come across as though that's really you speaking. And I think that's important as well, because I don't think it makes you sound a whole lot smarter to use language that is not the way you would converse with them. Now, by the same token, don't be so conversational that if you use poor grammar or speak like a sailor that you come across as vulgar. So, there's of course what should be a natural common sense balance, but speak the way you would speak, having a conversation with them. Hey, here's the things I've done, here's the thing I'm excited about, here's the chance where I had to use these skills and work with this team, and it was very exciting for me. Just show them that you're a person. I think that's critical on the cover letter. So I would love your feedback or any questions you have on putting together a cover letter or your marketing materials, which would include cover letter, potentially a blog, potentially your resume. So let me know what your thoughts are, what your comments are or questions, and leave them on the blog or email them to info@cbtoolkit.com. And thank you very much.